Hi! We're going to be learning some Spanish together. Guess what? The first thing I want to teach you is how to say hello. In Spanish, the way we say hello is hola. So let me practice that. Hola! Can you say hi back to me? Okay, it's your turn. Great. I will be your teacher right now. The way you say teacher in Spanish, well, it depends if it's a female teacher or a male teacher. I am a female teacher, so I am la maestra. Now it's your turn to say la maestra. Ready? Go. Great. But sometimes we have a male teacher. The way we say male teacher is el maestro. Can you say el maestro? Go ahead. Wonderful. Well, you know, every teacher needs a student, and that's you. The way we say student in Spanish is el estudiante. That is a little bit long. I would like to just divide it in a few pieces here to learn how to pronunciate it. So the first part is estu, and then the next part is diante. Estudiante. Can you say estu? Can you say diante? Now if we put them together, it's estudiante. Your turn. Great. El estudiante. Now sometimes teachers also have a group of students. The way we refer to the students would be los estudiantes. Just add an S at the end of it. Los estudiantes. Now it's your turn to say it. Los estudiantes. Go ahead. Great. That's wonderful. So, before we meet again, I also want to teach you how to say bye. The way we say goodbye in Spanish is adios. Pretty easy, huh? It's your turn. Go ahead, say adios. Wonderful. Then, until we meet again, adios. Hola. My name is Ellen, and I thought I would show you around where I have school. I am el estudiante here. See where I sit? You can see where all the other los estudiantes sit. I get to sit near Becky. She's one of my best friends. In my Spanish class, my mother teaches us. She's la maestra. We all like her very much. My dad is el maestro. He teaches us math. He's fun too. Well, I gotta go. Thanks for seeing my classroom. Adios. Well, hello. Today, we already learned some new words in Spanish, remember? And the other part that we want us to learn today is the alphabet. It's very much like English, I would say. There are so many letters in the alphabet in Spanish that you also find them in the alphabet in English. But for right now, I just want to focus on a few words that don't even exist in the English alphabet. Shall we? The first letter that we do not find in the English alphabet is CH. And the sound it makes is ch. It kind of reminds me of a train. And every time you see a CH in Spanish, you don't need to wonder what sound it makes. Every time it will say ch. The other letter that we don't have in English is the double L. The double L in Spanish will always make the sound y. Y. What word has the double L to help you really see what we have? I think the few letters that we learned in this chapter do not have that double L in it, but pretty soon we're going to learn a few words that have that double L. So I will make sure I bring it back to our attention when we see them. The third letter that we have in the Spanish alphabet that we don't have in the English alphabet is the ñ. That is the N with a funny hat on it. The sound it makes is ñ, 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 ñ. For example, the word for boy in Spanish is niño, niño. That ñ, it's kind of like a nasalized N, ñ. And it doesn't matter when you see it, it will always make that sound. There are no exceptions to those three different letters. Ch, y, ñ. I also want to talk about two letters that make a different sound in Spanish. Very different from English. The first letter is the H. In Spanish, the letter H is always silent. It never makes a sound. So every time you see a letter and there's an H in that word, you can pretend it's not even there. Of course, if the H is right after the C, then we're talking about the CH letter, which always makes a sound ch. The other letter that we pronounce it in Spanish extremely different from English is the letter Z. The letter Z in Spanish always says S, just like an S. In fact, in all the Latin American countries that speak Spanish, the only country that pronounces the letter Z the way it's supposed to, it's Spain. And not even the entire country of Spain, but only a portion of it. The sound that the Z is supposed to make is, but I'm not sure who changed the rules on this one. So every time you see a Z, you can pronounce it like an S, but don't be surprised if you find someone who is from Spain and they pronounce it with a th. So one thing I think would be a good thing to do is, why don't you write down the entire alphabet in Spanish? You have it in your book. And just highlight or make a circle around these 5 words that I just discussed with you. The letters ch, y, ñ, the letter H and Z. And then you can practice the kind of sound that it makes, its pronunciation. Sounds good? Well, great. Get to work.